Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So this video is about UPSC Geo-Scientist exam. The forms are out and you can fill this form, all the important things, and basically what are the new things which have come up, what are the changes which are there this time. That is what I'm going to discuss in this particular video. Also I'll take you through the entire brochure, the entire things required, like what are the things required, what is the age limit, what are the other eligibility criteria, and all the related stuff regarding UPSC Geoscientist exam. So if you are willing to fill this form, this video is going to explain you everything required before you start applying for that. Okay, and if you guys want, I will make a separate video where I'll tell you how to fill the form step by step. Okay, so that we can do later on. But yeah, I'm quite late, I think 1 or 2 days late while making this video. There were a lot of things, I was busy with them, and I would like to thank Vinay Gopal for providing this particular brochure or the notification so that I can make this video. But let's start with it. Okay, so as you see, this was announced on 3rd of September 2025, and the last date for the form submission is 23rd of September 2025. So basically they have given you a 20 days window to fill this particular form. You can fill this form from this particular website, upsconline.nic.in. In case if you will tell me, I will make a dedicated video on how to fill the form. But let's come a little down. So all the informations are over here. We will go to them one by one. I have highlighted the important stuffs. So the things which you require while filling up the form is that you need a photo ID card. This ID card could be your Aadhaar card, voter ID card, PAN card, passport, driving license, or any other photo ID card. But that ID card need to be with you while the entire process. That means if you are filling that ID, that needs to be with you for the mains exam also, and if you go for interview, then also you should have the same ID card. To make sure that ID which you are providing, that is valid and you have that ID with you. Okay, last date, as I mentioned, this is 23rd. There will be negative marking for questions, and that is normal, that has been happening. Now there are some special instructions for the candidate for objective type test and the conventional type test, that we will discuss a little later. And you know that preliminary exam is going to be conducted in two objective type tests. One will be your GS and the other one will be your subject matter. So that will be two exams, and this exam will be taken on OMR sheet. Okay, so this will be a offline exam. You do not have to give a computer based test this time. Okay, coming to the online question paper. So basically they have given this a new thing, which is online question paper representation portal. Okay, now they are going to introduce a 7 days or basically a week. They are going to introduce you with the question paper. So after the form, after the exam, that is the next day of the exam, to 6 p.m. of the 7th day is fixed for candidates to make representations to the commission in questions asked in the paper of the examination. That means if you think that certain question which were asked in the question paper, they are incorrect, or there was something missing in the question, or there was some information which was missing in the question, in that case you can do that within these 7 days. So once you give your exam, so after giving this exam, next 7 days this portal will be open and you can make that representation. You can ask UPSC to challenge a question. That's what basically they mean. They have named it as online question paper representation portal, and this is something new. Okay, usually like earlier UPSC does not used to give you the question paper as such, but this time they have given it to, to make it more transparent. One more thing which they have changed this time is that instruction for the photograph. Okay, so while filling up the form, the photograph uploaded by the candidate should not be more than 10 days old. So you have to upload a very recent photo of you. Okay, from the start of online application. So if your online application is starting from 3rd of September, so 10 days from that, that means it should not be older than like you can say approximately 24 or 25 of August. So that should be the last, like after that only your photo should be there. And to ensure that the name of the candidate should be there on the photograph and the date on which the photograph was taken. So name, your photo should contain your name and date of picture. Okay, DOP. Both these things should be there on your photograph. So if you have a passport size photograph, let's say if this is your passport size photograph, if this is your photograph, let's say, okay, so this should be, here should be your name and here should be your date of photograph. Okay, so that's how you have to edit it you can do that digitally. So get it done. A very important point which is mentioned over here is that the candidate must ensure their appearance must match with the photograph at each stage of examination, that is at the time of preliminary exam, mains exam and interview. So it is very important, especially for male candidates, for guys who keep beard, who keep like any facial hair. In that case, maintain that throughout the process. If you are taking your picture in a beard, you have to keep your beard when you go for the exam. If you have trimmed your beard and taken your picture, so when you go for the exam, you have to keep it trimmed. Okay, so I would recommend that like whatever, whenever you are uploading your picture, uploading your photograph, make sure your facial like hairs and all the appearance should be very clear. I would recommend to trim your beard and all if that is permissible. So get it trimmed and then take a picture, or then get a picture and maintain that, because that will be easy. When you will go for the exam, you can trim it again and go for that, right? But in case if you're keeping beard or if you're keeping mustaches and all, keep that, okay, and like maintain that throughout the examination. That's what they are basically telling. If you wear specs, get your picture in spec as well, right? So it says that if the candidate upload a bearded photograph, he must appear with the same look on the preliminary exam, mains and interview. Same would be the case with the spectacles and mustaches and anything else. So for those girls who wear hijab, I think that needs to be carried out, right? So throughout the process. So yeah, I think this is clear to you, but this is very important, okay, because that has been mentioned over here very specifically. So take it very seriously. The next thing is the candidate should reach to the venue of examination and within 30 minutes before to the exam. No late entry will be given and all the things. Okay, so that is common. Examination, like pre-exam, will be done in all these centers. So these are the centers you can check out. There are 23 centers. Just see if your anything is near to your place, and the centers will be allotted based upon the first apply first allots thing. So in case if you want your first priority or the center near your place, please apply or please fill the form as early as possible. Okay, exam will be conducted in 3 stages as it used to be. One is preliminary exam, stage 2 is mains exam, stage 3 is personal interview or personal test. Now let's talk about the category and the vacancies. This is again something new which you will see. So there are two categories, category 1 and category 2. Under category 1, which is for group A position, which is scientist position A, there are chemist group A position, and this time you have a lot of vacancies. Like there are 15 vacancies. Earlier we used to just have like 4 or 5 vacancies, not more than that, but this time we have a good number of vacancies. So 15 vacancies are there. Okay, then in category 2 also, which is the post in the Central Groundwater Board Ministry, which is CGWB, that's what will be written throughout the whole process, like whole brochure. So here your position will be for scientist group B. So there are two positions for chemical or chemistry students. One is for scientist B chemical group A and one is for assistant chemist group B. Okay, so you can see that there are 3 vacancies, and if you see the total number of vacancies, or there are 3 positions for chemistry students, the total number of vacancies are 15 plus 2 plus 2, so overall 19 vacancies are there this time, right? There are for other subjects as well, but I will be just talking about chemistry people. For others, you can download this brochure and you can look upon the other like details from there. All right, coming a little down. So this time the form filling is little different from what earlier form filling used to be. This time they have given a process called as universal registration, and this needs to be done in a different way. So again, I'm telling, if you guys are having trouble in form filling or if you're not able to fill the form, do let me know. I'll try to make a dedicated video on that. Okay, the other eligibility criteria, the first criteria is nationality. So you should be citizen of India or subject of Nepal or Bhutan or a Tibetan refugee. Then the second criteria is your age limit. So your age should be minimum 21 years. Okay, minimum 21 years and maximum of 32 years. Okay, this is the age limit or age gap in which you can apply. So basically your exam, which is and that age should be on 1st of July. So basically they have made it very clear to you. They have said that your date of birth should not be earlier than 2nd January 1994. So if your date of birth is before 2nd January 1994, even if your date of birth is 1st January 1994, then you cannot apply. So if your date of birth is 2nd January 1994 or later, in that case you can apply, and your date of birth should not be after 1st January 2005. So this is the gap, or this is the range in between your date of birth should be, and you have to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria. There are some relaxation which are given. For example, 7 year of relaxation is given to government servants, then 5 year relaxation to SC category students, 3 year relaxation to OBC category students, 3 year relaxation to defense service personnel disabled during the operations, then 5 years relaxation to ex-servicemen including commissioned officers, ECOs and SSCOs, 5 years to ECOs and SSCOs who have completed the initial period of assignment, then 10 years in case of blind, or like if in case the person has some disability. Okay, so these are the criteria, you can read about it, but basically the age criteria are pretty much very normal what you see for any government based exam. And coming down to the thing, yeah, so what are the important things which you are going to have, or what are the particulars which are going to be important for you? So your name and the year of examination. This is how you are going to contact. If you need any communication with UPSC, you have to mention these things. So your name, date of, year of exam. Your name, year of exam is 2026. Then your universal registration number, which you will get on form filling. Your roll number if you have received it, your name of the candidate, then complete postal address and valid and active email address. So these things will be the one which can be used in case if you have any query and you want to ask to the UPSC. That's how they are going to track your details. Okay, next is your minimum educational qualification. Okay, so for chemist group A position, that is for Geological Survey of India, in chemical science, basically you should be MSc in chemistry or applied chemistry or analytical chemistry, okay, from a university which is basically incorporated by Government of India or state legislature. And also, if case, you can also be from a deemed university, so you can apply for that. Okay, similarly for assistant chemist group B, for CGWB, again masters of science. In this case you don't even need chemistry, but if you have done MSc or integrated masters of science in chemistry or applied chemistry or analytical chemistry or physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, hydrochemistry, in that case you can apply. So those who are who have done MSc in chemistry, they are eligible to apply for both these positions. Now there are certain note which are important over here, that qualification are relaxed at the direction of UPSC. The second says that master's degree in the respective discipline means the postgraduate degree of minimum 2 years. Okay, so that is very common and very well known fact. This is an important note which is given, that a candidate who has appeared in the exam, okay, the passing of which would render him her educational qualification for the exam but not has been informed of the result. That means if you have just appeared, okay, if you have just appeared exam, master's exam, you have not qualified yet but you have appeared, in that case also you can apply for it. So basically if you are in MSc final year, okay, if you are in MSc final year, in that case you can apply, because during the examination or during the overall process you will qualify this exam. Okay, you will qualify your MSc. So if your exams will be done in, let's say, March and all, in that case it says, right, that a candidate, it is mentioned over here, that a candidate who intends to appear in such a qualifying exam may also apply. Such candidate will be admitted to the examination if otherwise eligible, but their admission would be deemed to be provisional and subject to cancellation. So you can give the exam, but whether you will be taken to, or you will be taken for the for personal interview and all, that will be subject to subject to cancellation. So all it means that, let me just write it down for you, okay, that you should be MSc pass out. Okay, so if you are MSc pass out, you can apply for it. If you are MSc final year, okay, or final semester, in that case also you can apply. Even if you are in your third semester right now, because this is September, and if you are in your third semester, you are going to have your next semester from January onwards.
So you will be able to qualify the exam by June or July. In that case also you can apply. So if you are in third or fourth semester, in that case also you can apply for this form. So if the only thing is that if you are MSc pass out, well and good, you can apply for it if your age limit is, and everything is fine. But in case if you are still in masters and you think that before your June 2026 you will be able to qualify, okay, you will get your mark sheet, you will get your mark sheet of MSc. In that case also you can apply. Okay, so you are also eligible to apply if you are able to generate this thing. All right, so this thing should be very clear that who are eligible for that. Rest other things are here. It is also mentioned that the candidate who is otherwise qualified but who possesses master's degree from foreign university, that can also apply. Okay, fee. Now let's talk about fee. So fee is exempted if you are a female candidate, SC/ST candidate, personnel with benchmark disability, and candidates who have exempted from payment of fee. So basically you don't have to pay a fee. Okay, but male candidates who belong to general category and OBC category, you guys have to pay a 200 rupee for the form filling. It is also mentioned here that all the female candidates and candidates belonging to SC/ST are not required to pay any fee. However, available to OBC EWS candidate, they are required to pay the fee. Okay, no exemption is given to them. So general category, OBC category, and EWS category has to pay a fee. All right. Okay, how to apply? It is mentioned that you can go to this website and apply for this form. Again, I'm telling this time the form filling is little different. Do let me know if you want a detailed video on that. Okay, next thing is very common. It says that if you're applying for it, make sure that you possess all the eligibility criteria, you fulfill all the eligibility criteria, age related and education related. Both the eligibility criteria should be there. And if you do not like, if your eligibility is not complete, in that case your at the time of your personal interview, your documents will be verified, and in case if your documents are not properly verified, you will not be allowed to sit for interview. Okay, so all your documents should be verified. Okay, what are the documents needed? So you need a certificate of age, that is your 10th certificate, basically certificate of educational qualification, then certificate in support of claim of belonging to SC/ST economically weaker section, and so on, certificate in support of claim of age, and certificate in support of if you belong to a disabled category. So you need to provide all these certificates. One very important point which I have marked in a different color here, that the original of above document will have to be produced at the time of personal interview. So you need to bring all the original documents at the time of personal interview. Okay. All right. Last date of submission is 23rd of September. I have already told you, right? Okay, rest all these are other information which I found very repetitive. So let's talk about the exam. As I said, the exam will be done in 3 stages, 1, 2, and 3. Stage 1 is pre-exam. 2 papers in pre-exams, objective papers will be there, and 1 will be GS paper, 1 will be chemistry paper. Stage 2 will be mains exam, which will be descriptive exam where you have to write the answers, conventional type paper it will be, and then stage 3 will be a personal interview. All right. For group A chemist and scientist B, for you guys, this is the this is how your pre-exam is going to be. Paper 1 is general studies, 100 marks. Paper 2 is chemistry, 300 marks, 2 hours paper. Okay. Then you will have your mains. In mains, you will have 3 paper, 1, 2, and 3. All of them will be of 3 hours each and 200 marks each. And all these marks will be counted at the time of interview. So the final merit will be made based on all these marks. Your pre-marks, your mains marks, all these will be counted at the time of your final merit. Okay. All right. Next important thing is about syllabus. The syllabus for general studies is very common. It is for any UPSC exam. The same same GS syllabus is there, but it is not up to IES level or UPSC IES level GS. Okay, it is relatively easier. For chemistry, the other parts are like for preliminary exam objective type, you have topics like chemical periodicity, chemical bonding, then you have acid and base, kinetic theory of gases, thermodynamics, solution, electrochemistry, basic organic chemistry, stereochemistry. So basically all your chemistry of masters. Okay, that's what you have to study. Then for the mains, they have given a very detailed syllabus for chemistry. If I come a little down, so yeah, for mains, for the descriptive type, you will have three paper. Paper one will be your inorganic chemistry. Complete inorganic chemistry syllabus is there, whatever you study for CSR net. Paper 2 is physical chemistry. Again, complete physical chemistry is there, including all the chapters, including quantum chemistry as well. Then paper 3 will be your organic and analytical chemistry. So both are combined together in the third paper. Again, entire syllabus. Okay. And yeah, so paper 3 will be in two part A and B. Part A will be analytical, part B will be organic chemistry, but it will be combined one paper. Okay. All right, these are the instructions for form filling, but I think we can make a video or talk about it in a separate video, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so these were all important information which were needed to be informed about you. Now there are a few more points, like you have to use a black ballpoint pen while while going for the exam, because this is an offline exam and you will be given OMR sheet. Those who are not aware about OMR sheets, so there are circles and you have to fill those circles. So you have to use black ball pen to do that. And yeah, so that's what is mentioned over here. And the marking answers in the objective type will be also having negative marks, which has been already mentioned. How to mark the answer, that is also shown over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so this was all about your UPSC Geo-Scientist examination and the information related to that. Few new things have been introduced. Number one, the way how the form is being filled, that is changed. Number two, we have a new way to upload photograph this time. Okay, you have to be very specific for the photograph, and that needs to be taken very seriously. And the third thing is about the vacancies itself. So the number of vacancies are increased this time. All right, so that's it from my side for this particular video. I will see you in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye, take care.